Namaste. I am Pranita Kamath, the founder of Natya Chitra. I welcome you all warmly to the release of the second book from Natya Chitra. Natya Chitra is an organization in service of education and appreciation of all Indian dance forms. The vision of Natya Chitra is to apply creative and analytical approaches to make Indian dance much more approachable and relatable for students of all age groups. In 2020, which is last year, Natya Chitra was founded with the release of its first book under the series called Listen, Read, Choreograph. In this series, we released the first workbook on Bharatanatyam to be used by Bharatanatyam students of intermediate level. The workbook came together with the Bharatanatyam song, and it allowed the student to better appreciate the nuances of the Bharatanatyam song, technically apply the Bharatanatyam adavus to that song, and therefore at the end self-choreograph for the Bharatanatyam song. With that successful first release from Natya Chitra, today on this auspicious day of Ananta Chaturthi, we are highly delighted to introduce to you Natya Chitra's new series, Abhinaya Darpanam. I would like to begin by thanking everybody who made this book possible. I begin by thanking Dr. Anita Vallabh, the co-author for the book and my teacher. Soon, Anita Akka will talk to you about her intent and her process of contribution to the book. Secondly, I would like to thank Dr. Yashoda Thakur. Dr. Thakur is the chair of the Department of Kuchipudi in Silicon Andhra University. Dr. Thakur has reviewed the book and has kindly provided with her foreword. A big thank you to Vedatek Publishing House, led by my mother, Srimati Sheila Jayadev Kamath, and my sister, Srimati Sahana Kamath, for being the strong supporting pillar in believing in my work and giving my work this physical form of a book. Lastly, I thank all my family members and my friends for being so immensely patient, supportive, and most importantly, for believing in me. Thank you.
Om Srinandikeshwaram Vande Jnanadarpanamishwaram Nritya Pradataram Satvikananda Bodhakam. The Natya Chitra series Abhinaya Darpanam is coined after Sri Nandikeshwara's Abhinaya Darpanam and is based on his seminal work. Sri Nandikeshwara belonged from the 5th to 4th century BC and was a theatrologist of ancient India. His dance treatise deals with bodily expressions and today forms the reference text for all Indian dance forms.
I would now like to introduce my teacher, the co-author of this book, Dr. Anita Vallabh. Anita Akka is a dance research scholar. She has worked extensively on the Nandikeshwara's text Abhinaya Darpanam and has translated that into an English textbook along with illustrations in 2013. I now request Anita Akka to say a few words.
Namaskaram. My name is Anita Vallabh and I am the author of the book Abhinaya Darpanam, an illustrated translation. One of the things that was a surprising outcome of me writing this book is, although I intended it for classical dancers, when it was used at the University of Hawaii, where I was teaching graduates and non-graduate students for a semester in the theatre and dance department, I came to see how very differently they incorporated the gestures and how culture specific it was. It was then that I realized that there was more depth to the text than I had thought of. And when we took it to the classroom, it was interesting to see how children and teenagers saw the book when we did not give them specific cues as to how it has to be used. It was interesting, like for kids, the Pataka Mudra could be, I don't know. And it was just a very fun experience. So when Pranita came up with this idea to do a coloring book for much younger children, I was very happy to be part of it. Pranita is my student now, and I'm so proud of the work she and Natya Chitra are doing. And we need more of these creative books, because primarily what creativity does is, it's like how we tend to the garden around us, how we nurture the soil is a measure of how the tree is, or a plant is going to be. In the same way, what we do at a very young age is a measure of how they are going to be dealing with life experiences. And neuroscience also attests to this when they say that creativity is one area where the two networks, the default mode network and the executive control network, come together. The default network working with how you imagine something, and the executive control network is how you express that outwardly, how you engage with that outwardly. And it's just fantastic that we have all these tools that our ancient sages left for us. It's not for just dance, it's for our emotional and spiritual well-being. And it's interesting to see how just using a mudra, they can triggers a story by just with the teacher or an adult guiding them along the way. And I do believe that the best part of creativity and why it works really with young children is it harnesses two things that we do anyway, which is a wandering mind. It brings a wandering mind to focus. A wandering mind picks up ideas. And imagination, how we imagine these wandering ideas into a story. And this is where the text, the Abhinaya Darpanam, comes to play. It gives us the language to express the idea and to give the story a storyline. And I'm very happy to be part of this, and I hope you will benefit greatly from this project we have done, and we hope to do more of this so we can imagine for ourselves a much better community. Thank you. Namaste.
As the co-author of the Natya Chitra Abhinaya Darpanam series, my contribution was towards the concept of the book. This concept allows for delivering the technical content in the original Abhinaya Darpanam in a much more fun and engaging manner for children. I would now like to introduce to you this concept and explain how this could benefit the children.
The first book in the Abhinaya Darpanam series is on Mudras, single hand gestures. The book is designed for children of ages 4 to 8 years old. This book introduces the children to the different hand gestures that carry a meaning when performed on one hand. The children can color into the gesture, decorate it, thereby engaging with it, and try to mimic it. The name of the mudra and its direct meaning is given to serve the child's interest. To the right of the book are immersive scenes that contain certain elements as line drawings. In this case, clouds. By the act of coloring into the clouds, the child identifies ways to use the mudra in showing clouds. The child may come up with any movement, and that is entirely upon the child's creative abilities. To make this task more child-friendly, we have also indicated the elements as keywords at the bottom of the page. Additional space is provided for the child to sketch his or her own drawings and write into it. In the Tell a Tale pages, children can write their own stories and try to communicate them with hand gestures. Thus, the child is introduced to all 28 single hand gestures, also summarized in a poster. With an engaging approach, this activity triggers the child's own creative process.
Both Anitaka and I strongly recommend this book for any child who would like to be engaged in a fun and creative activity. We are looking forward to have your opinion and feedback on this book. More importantly, to hear back from the children who come up with their own stories and try to communicate that with hand gestures. With this, we officially launch the second series of Natya Chitra, Abhinaya Darpanam. We kindly ask you to follow our Facebook page for more information and to get constant updates. Please don't forget to order your book at www.vedatech.in. We now present the promotional video for the second series of Natya Chitra, Abhinaya Darpanam. We thank you for joining us on this online release. Hope you enjoyed the promotional video and looking forward to hearing from you. Namaste.
Where are my friends? Ah, here they are, on a book. What is this book? Let's see. Single hand gestures that carry a meaning and can be used to show something, like clouds, horse, beginning of dance. Color them with any color you want. Use the gesture to show them the way you want. Nice. Let's look into another page. Oh, that gesture is easy and can be used to show an elephant, hair, lion's face. How adventurous! This means we can tell our own stories and show them with hand gestures. Would you like to join us? Great! Get your copy and a free poster with all the single hand gestures. Don't forget to share your stories with us. Bye!